Hey guys, and welcome back. Today I just wanted to talk about what I've learned and really the secrets to a successful Git development workflow. So first things first, let's start with taking a look at how Git normally works. With normal Git, you usually have a master branch, and that master branch will look like production. But say for example, Fred and Tom wanted to do some work. They might check out their feature branch, and then on that feature branch they're going to be working along together, doing lots of work and lots of commits. Then after a while, Fred and Tom will finish working on that feature branch, and once they're finished on that feature branch, they'll merge the feature branch back into master using the methods I showed you in the previous video. The problem with using this workflow, that if you were to do a log graph on the master branch, the problem is that with lots of commits on a single line, it's not that obvious to see who's done what, or what commit relates to what feature. Overall, it just ends up being very messy and very difficult to track. There is something different you can do in your workflow, which is using merge with NoFF. The merge with NoFF still happens on a feature branch, and it does provide the separation of the timeline, so it's easy to visualize what's happening. However, it still leaves your master branch very messy. So an alternative to normal Git using a master branch is to use a development branch. This time, Angry Archibald and Alfred will still create their feature branch, but this time it'll be created off development. They'll still do lots of work and lots of commits, so nothing's changed here. But when the work is done, and Angry Alfred and Archibald go off to do something more interesting, it's time to merge the feature branch back into development, making sure to use NoFF. So over time, Tom, Angry Alfred, Sally and Jerry have done lots of merges using no fast forward on the development branch. The difference comes when one development has had all the feature branches merged into it and development is clean and ready for production, a tagged branch is created off the development branch. Now this version branch is eventually what will be merged back into the master branch, allowing Angry Alfred the ability to work on the development branch without affecting the tagged release branch. Now this tagged release branch could possibly be going through user acceptance testing or simple user testing, but once user testing is over, it's time to merge the release branch into the master branch, making sure again to use no fast forward. After the merge is complete, the master branch is then tagged to indicate the merging of the release branch and a very clean timeline separation. So finally, what we end up with is a timeline for the master branch with a clear visual separation of the release branches, and the only commit belonging to master being the one of the merge from the release branch into the master branch, and then the tag just after that merge. Now if Sally, Tom, Archibald or Angry Alfred were to come back at some stage and have a look at the master branch using git log, they would find a very clean timeline, only identifying tags and merges, and most importantly, clearly identifying all commits that relate to each release. So that brings us to the end of this video. The main thing to take away from it though is that the difference is that this Git workflow keeps the timeline very clean and readable, and when it comes to patching and fixing changes that you've missed or lost or want to remove, that means a lot. So thanks for watching, and hopefully this has been helpful.